There's a strange phenomenon happening in Hollywood right now, and at the center of it, Pedro Pascal. In just a few short years, he's gone from a well-liked supporting actor to the face plastered on every movie poster, talk show, and magazine cover. The last month alone, 3 blockbuster films, Materialists, Eddington, and Fantastic Four. Add to that The Last of Us Season 2, The Mandalorian, the Grogu movie announcement, and an ever-expanding list of Marvel commitments. It's like every time you blink, there's Pedro again, charmingly squinting into the camera. The media can't get enough. Hollywood can't get enough. And judging by how many casting directors are tossing him lead roles like candy, the entire industry seems convinced that Pedro Pascal is the glue holding modern cinema together. But here's the question. Why? Not, why is he talented? Sure, he can act. This is something else. This is omnipresence. It's his calculated saturation. And when you dig into how his image is being managed, a very different picture emerges. One that doesn't match the carefully curated persona of the relatable, slightly anxious, endlessly huggable man of the people he sells to the public. Pedro often brings up his anxiety. It's not in a tragic, tortured artist way, more in the I am just like you way that makes him sound humble and approachable. He's talked about living with it since childhood, about how it sharpens his focus, makes him work harder, and when it gets overwhelming, he copes through physical touch and affection. It's personal, it's intimate, it's well convenient, because physical touch is the exact thing people have been noticing, and not always in ways that fit the wholesome image. The public sees him on press tours, wrapping his arm around co-stars, stroking their faces, holding hands a beat too long. It's marketed as Pedro being Pedro, warm, tactile, affectionate. But when you start connecting the dots, the pattern doesn't feel quite so innocent. Take the Fantastic Four press tour. With co-star Vanessa Kirby, it wasn't just friendly chemistry, it was prolonged, constant physical contact, hugging, hand-stroking, the kind of closeness you'd expect from a couple. Except Kirby is publicly engaged and pregnant. One moment stands out, Pedro standing behind her, hands on her stomach, smiling like they're about to announce their baby. Then there's the resurfaced clip with Willem Dafoe. The two are laughing together, relaxed, until Pedro shifts his attention to Dafoe's wife. Touching her, flirting openly, all in front of Willem, the smile drops from Dafoe's face in an instant, replaced by something far less amused. This isn't an isolated thing. Sarah Paulson on the red carpet tightly embraced as Pedro rubs her arm over and over. Dakota Johnson revealing that Pedro borrows her clothes, quirky on paper, but stranger when paired with him, suggesting she start a subscription service for foot photos. It's the same story every time. A socially celebrated, sexually ambiguous Hollywood darling whose non-traditional charm lets him blur lines without ever facing pushback. So why no fallout? Why is the public allowed to notice, joke, meme about it? But the media never lays a glove on him. Because Pedro Pascal isn't just an actor. He's a brand, one perfectly engineered to meet Hollywood's checklist for the ideal frontman in 2025. Latino, politically correct, publicly aligned with every corporate-approved social cause, willing to speak out on whatever topic is trending, as long as it's the right stance. And when you're that valuable to the industry, you get what's essentially a golden ticket. Every time studios need to show they're on the right side of history, they can slap Pedro's name on the marquee and let him embody their moral credibility. The formula is clear. Say all the right things. Never push far enough to endanger box office sales. Present just enough authenticity to seem relatable. And if controversy starts brewing, frame it as part of your quirky, emotional, touchy personality, preferably tied to your anxiety narrative. It's worked flawlessly. Compare his treatment to that of Gina Carano, his Mandalorian co-star. She made political statements Hollywood didn't like and was gone overnight. Blacklisted. Erased. Pedro has compared Trump supporters to Nazis, supported defund the police, openly criticized U.S. immigration policy, even taken random public swipes at J.K. Rowling. Not only did none of that cost him work, he was rewarded with more. Disney's double standard was so blatant that Carano's lawsuit spelled it out. Pedro faced no discipline, no forced re-education, no apologies demanded. The message was simple. If your politics align with the brand, you're untouchable. Being untouchable comes with perks. You can show up dressed in absurd, meme-ready outfits and have it spun as fun and fearless. You can flirt with co-stars or their partners in public and have it framed as playful charisma. You can star in every major franchise at once without anyone questioning whether the saturation is helping the projects or just Pedro's stock price. Even the Vanessa Kirby press tour incident might be part of the plan. Whiff of controversy, just enough to get social media buzzing, but never so much that it can be laughed off. The perfect storm of attention for a film that needs eyes on it. Because Pedro Pascal's real role in Hollywood right now isn't leading man, it's mascot. A marketable personality that can be plugged into any property, any red carpet, any cause. Someone who can play both the charming rogue and the moral compass without ever having to risk anything. The truth is, none of this is accidental. Every appearance, every statement, every carefully unguarded moment is part of a machine designed to keep him inescapable. Whether the public believes the anxiety narrative or sees through it docent matter, the end result is the same. So what do we have? A man who claims to be just like everyone else. Anxious, flawed, touchy-feely, while living in a PR bubble that shields him from the consequences anyone else would face. Someone who can virtue signal on command, weaponize relatability, and maintain a spotless image even as his behavior raises eyebrows. Pedro Pascal isn't the only one in Hollywood playing this game, but right now he's playing it better than anyone. And until that perfect brand stops being profitable, don't expect the casting announcements or the touching to slow down. Because in the modern entertainment industry, being the perfect puppet pays better than being authentic. And Pedro is not just playing the part, it's rewriting the script.